Welcome back. How you guys doing? All right. This is my first video since the pre Europa League final. All right. So yes, we were all extremely disappointed. Honestly, I don't think that he started the wrong lineup. I do think that we just didn't play well, which is neither did they really. It was a weird final. Like I think both teams were like too stressed out trying to win. Obviously, they never won a trophy before. We've had a bad season. It just looked awful both ways. They get lucky off of a nice cross, bounces off of Shaw's like shoulder, goes in. I mean, I feel like that's like the worst way to lose. At least if Tottenham played better than us, okay. But they just didn't. They just got lucky. I think that final was really a like a an exact an exact description of our season. We created but couldn't score. The lucky bounces that you sometimes get to win games, we never got. Like this season has almost been like somebody had to have had a voodoo doll somewhere, and they like they went at it. We have been so unlucky this season. While Amorim's been in charge, there's been some times where we've been extremely unlucky. I'm just glad that we're getting to the end of the season. Today, obviously they got a red card, so the game turns into something different. They're playing for Champions League. We're not really playing for much. It was nice to see us come out and really play, man. I think today you could tell once he gets some of these players that he's gonna want and that we are hopefully gonna get, we can be a good team. And I personally believe that we're a little too far away from competing in Europe and at home, right? We're too far away from that. Garnacho, like the rumors of him, leaving and stuff, that sets us back a little bit because we're getting rid of a player who's like good and has a lot of potential. And like at this moment in time, we can't really afford to do that unless we can buy somebody, and that just seems a little far fetched at the moment, right? So today, I just wanted to go over today what I saw in the game. I thought we played really well, as I just mentioned. It proved that we need a little more quality. It just proved it. We're dominating the game. We are like in their half. We're creating chances, but we can't score, and that was pretty much the last month and a half, 2 months under Amorim. Ever since the Ipswich game, I will always say the Ipswich game was the part where we turned like when he like finally like our team switched and knew what he wanted. We started playing how he wanted. Now obviously they still need to play a little bit more to like really be under it, but you could tell that that's when it like clicked, because the games before that we weren't creating, we weren't taking shots on goal, we looked awful, like just committing errors and everything. Now since that game, and especially today and like some games obviously before, you could really see it. But it really pointed out that we need more quality in this team. Obviously really glad that Martino's got the red card as a Colombian Argentinian. He rubs me off the wrong way sometimes too, but he is a really good keeper, so whatever. In my opinion, having like an ego or something is not the worst thing. It's like how you portray that ego or how you like act on it that really, it determines, I guess, what kind of person to me. I also hope that Casemiro stays. I think he will, because he was really like proud on his IG about this season. I really hope he stays because I do think he still has enough in him, and he started to play really well towards the end of the season. In the second half, what does that say? At the beginning of that second half, there were times where like I could just see myself saying like Amorim has to be thinking to himself, what more can I do, right? First half, he's seeing chance after chance after chance not being taken. Same thing at the beginning of the second half, right? Chance after chance not being taken, not scoring. When he kicks that water bottle away in the second half, you just like know that he's thinking to himself, what else could I really do? I'm putting them in the positions, they're getting to the position, they're literally creating the chances, and we cannot score. He has to be like, yo, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, he just seemed like he couldn't wait to get to the end of the season to start bringing in his kind of players. I'm happy to finally see the season through. Obviously, as fans, we didn't enjoy it. It's it should put a point into perspective of why people hate us so much and why they enjoy the fact that we didn't have a good season and that we didn't win a trophy. Because man, it does suck. Not winning anything and not even a trophy or just having a bad season, like man, this shit feels awful. And yeah, I get it. I get why you guys have been mad at us because for man so long we've been drinking great Kool-Aid. We've been chilling. We've been winning trophies. We've been winning leagues. Obviously, until the last 10 seasons or whatever. But I could see why people are so happy about it. You know what I mean? So I let them have that right now because I back Amorim 1,000%. I believe him 1,000%. He is gonna be the guy that brings us back to our glory days 1,000%. And I hope he stays here as long as Fergie did. Because he is young and he would still have more to his career in coaching if he stayed for 20 years like Fergie did. Because he's like, 40 maybe? So he's not 60. Yeah, he'll be fine. Alright. Okay. Very, very, very clear that we need both new striker and new goalkeepers. All three. Like, all three levels. Backup, starter, and like backup. Because what the was that? Okay? How are you a professional goalkeeper? I don't care that you haven't played that much this season. That was awful, bro. Like, how do our keepers just suck? Like what are we doing? They're so bad, man. That was so ugly. Aston Villa should have been up 1-0. I agree with them 1,000%. The red card was a red card. I don't care what anybody says. That was a clear red card. He went after Højlund. Højlund would have gotten there to at least take a shot from like the corner of the 18. That's a clear goal scoring opportunity because there's no goalie inside the goal. Without a goalie there and the defenders being on like probably at the 18 by the time that he kicks the ball, that is a clear goal scoring opportunity. It was definitely a red card. Apart from that, we should have been down 1-0. That was definitely a goal for them. That was BS. VAR is a joke. I hate it. I think it's the worst thing that we have. It's just retarded because they use it to find the tiniest thing to call certain things, either one way or the other. It was supposed to be meant as a clear mistake. Like, you made a clear mistake. Not, let's look at this in slow motion for 10 minutes and then make a decision that's like wrong, like more than like at least half the time. It is a contact sport, so like if you slow everything down to the millisecond and you like zoom in, you could call a lot of stuff that shouldn't be called just because there's contact. Like, it's a contact sport between grown men. Like, contact is gonna happen. So VAR is just used incorrectly. It's another way for people to fix games, in my opinion, because even the decisions are wrong a good amount of the time. Like, they look for the tiniest thing, and I hate that. I hate the offsides rule. I hate that if this little part of my shoulder is ahead of you, that I'm offsides. What is that, man? That's like, what is that? What kind of advantage do I like have if I just have broader shoulders than you, or if like my shoe is like a size 12, 13 or something, when they're looking for a toe to be offside? Like, are we serious with that? Are we serious with that? The offside rules should be how we grew up. Like when I was growing up, how they told it to us. You had to have a real like advantage. Like, half your body is past the defender. Like, you are clearly going in an advantage. Like, this little like slit of like a little bit of this being called offsides, or a guy standing and his arm is out and they call it. Are we kidding? Because of an arm? It should only be your body, and it should be like half of your body is ahead. Like, that should be offsides because then it's stupid clear. Now we don't have to look for the tiniest thing and the tiniest, like, little piece of your body being offsides. Like, that shouldn't take away goals, man. Like, it really shouldn't. I think VAR is just overrated. It's not used correctly, and I just hate the way that they do it. I really do. Like, the offsides, all of it is just horrendous to me. It's just too much. It's too much. It stops games in the middle of a game for 10 minutes, and that's unfair to the players because one team could be pushing, and then now the other team gets to rest and get it to get. It's unfair, bro. VAR is just unfair. If you cannot come up with the decision within 30 seconds, I don't even want to. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. Really excited for Haven again. I thought he played really well today. Hopefully, that was just like a cramp or like a little knock that he came out for, but I'm really excited for him going forward. I think he's a really good player. I'm really glad we got him. Also, thanks you to Johnny Evans, the Iceman, Erickson, anybody that's leaving that played for the badge and tried their hardest. Like, thank you. Like, bottom of my heart, you deserve it. Like, thank you for everything you did for us. And then I was just not happy that Obi only got 10 minutes. I think, like, he should have gotten at least 30. Just because, like, he's been there for four months practicing and helping the team, like, get ready for games and stuff. I thought he deserved longer, especially because I don't see Hoyland being here next season. I just don't think he will be, depending on if we buy, like, a real striker. And if Xerxes leaves. I think if Xerxes does leave, I don't think Hoyland leaves. You gotta have more than one or two strikers, because obviously next season the strikers would be whoever they buy and Obi, right? If Hoyland and Xerxes both leave, because I've seen rumors about both of them leaving. Yeah, we can't play a whole season with two players, because if we buy a striker and that person gets hurt, now it's Obi the whole season. That can't happen. We need multiple, so we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, that's pretty much about the games and stuff. The only thing I kind of want to touch on, what was that? What was it that I wanted to touch on? Oh yeah, Cunha. Just saw Fabrizio say, "Here we go. Sign it. Just show me him sign papers like Man United, please. Just right now. Just show it, because we are already better with him. If we get a real striker, a real goalkeeper, and a real right wing back, we are gonna win. We are gonna challenge for the Prem. Maybe we don't win, but we are gonna challenge. And I think United will, like, start putting a little bit of fear back in people. It's almost like lucky. It's almost lucky that we didn't win the Europa League. Like, I guess we're gonna have to find out by the end of the next season. But the fact that, like, we're gonna be able to just focus on one thing, which is the Premier League, right? Like, obviously the FA Cup, whatever. But the Prem, like, that's like the big trophy that we're gonna, like, focus on. With the size of the squad that we have, and the fact that I just don't think that we're gonna be able to get more than, like, after Cunha, probably more than 3 more players. I don't see us being able to get like 5, 6 players. We just won't have a big enough squad to have played well in Europe and in the Premier League the whole season and try to challenge. We just don't, especially with the rumors of Garnacho leaving and stuff. The squad thins out at that point, which is not good if you're in multiple competitions. That's why, like, he might have just gotten lucky, because obviously, if he were to be in Champions League next season and, we go out early, that's already going to start rumors of get him out, blah, blah. I think now he has the chance of starting his, like, starting 11 every game in the Prem, as long as they're healthy, and really challenging and really focusing on the Prem. So I'm actually, like, I mean, obviously I would like Champions League, but I also don't think that we have a squad that's deep enough for that. I mean, it's just the truth. So it's almost like a real restart, like a real restart. Like, alright, here it is. Get some players in preseason, Premier League only. Focus on that. I think that we are going to challenge for next season if he gets, like I mentioned, those other three like positions and, like, players in those positions. Because we are going to definitely need a new goalkeeper. That's 1,000%. And we definitely need, like, a striker that just has more experience and more consistency. And, like, a goalkeeper, striker, and a right wing back. The right wing back, I think we can have somebody that's young and a little inexperienced like Dorgu, because those guys can like mix in with Masraoui and Dallo. Like you can at least have somebody with experience behind them. Um, so I don't mind if we don't spend too much money on the right wing back, and if it's like somebody who has great potential that could play there. I don't really think I mind if they're young, but we need like a really quality striker and goalkeeper. If we have money for just two players, it has to be those two positions, striker and goalkeeper. Right wing back, we will have to take care in January or next summer. That's fine. If we can only get three players in, it has to be Cunha, a striker, and a goalkeeper, and that's it. And if you get those three pieces, even just those three, we still content as long as the striker is a legitimate striker and the goalkeeper is a legitimate goalkeeper. If somehow, some way, Gyökeres, for example, came to United, and then we got whoever Amorim's number one goalkeeper is, we will challenge the Premier League 1,000%. Like there's nothing you could tell me that would tell me that this squad with those three players as starters next year does not challenge for the Premier League. There is just no way. We had 2 goals for the Premier League from Garnacho and 4 from Hoyle. Cunha had 15. He had more than double. He almost tripled them by himself. So if we get Cunha, which it looks like we did, and we get a striker like Gyökeres, it's a wrap. Like Amorim system and all that we played from that Ipswich game to now, all we needed was like somebody to finish and score goals. That was it. Everything else we were doing fine. We were playing well. We were building up. We were creating a chance. We need 2 players to finish, and that's it. If you get him, I mean, Cunha looks like he's there, but a striker also, I can guarantee you we're better next season. That'll be probably my last video on United for a little bit, until we start signing players and we have some signatures and obviously like preseason. Because there's no real like footy going on during the summer. I really hope that there's not any like international stuff because they have the World Cup next year. I just really want these players to get one break like during one summer, man. Like just one break. I feel bad for these players. They play the whole year and yeah, it's their job, but like they also are like humans and they have a human body. Like they can't do that for that long, the amount of games that they're playing. That's another thing that I think will benefit United next season is that they won't play as many games. That'll be good because you need a big squad if you are playing that many games, because you just need to rotate. Like FA Cup games, you shouldn't really be starting your starters unless it's like Man City and they're starting your starter. Like you should be playing a mixture of like some bench players and youth in those FA Cup games and be able to win them, and that's how you're able to stay in that many competitions. We don't have a deep enough squad for that right now, so we just can't. So I'm just glad that we're not playing that much. But I'm going to miss United. I just can't wait for the summer. I can't wait to see who we sign. They need to do it fast because they all need to be at preseason. That's the only thing I want from them, is to do it quick. Which, if Cunha signed, that's already a quick start. Head on to the next player. And let's get everybody in before preseason, because that would be huge. See you guys in a little bit, when I have some videos. Whenever anything happens. You guys enjoy your summer. Let's go Manchester. Let's go United, baby.